Hi, we're back.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay, we caught up with all of our weird friends, and you guys are burning everything the fuck down.
Yay.
So, yeah, Oler is this new beautiful thing to you. Real.
Yes.
You didn't even know that it was possible to drink gasoline and belch forth fire, but they have made this possible.
Yeah, and at some point in our like little time hanging out, Oler turns to you and it's just like, maybe we could do this, but like bigger.
I love that idea. Bigger is always better. Bigger is the plan, really. The bigger it can be, the better it will be, and the more beautiful it will be, which is better for everyone. Don't you think?
That sounds good. I feel like you get it.
Oh, I mean, I feel like you get it. I feel like we get it.
Yeah, and I reach out and like I want to like hold your hand.
I'm totally into holding hands with you. This seems
Yeah.
great. I'm so excited that I
I think I just like hug your arm and I'm like watching shit burn with you. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And if you're like really close to me, I'll kind of like lay Spike like around your shoulders too.
Oh,
So
oh
Spike's
good.
like hanging out with us. And I'm like, this is Spike. Spike also loves fire. Don't you, Spike? And then shake Spike's little rattle on his tail.
Oh, that would make such a creepy sound. It's like hollow metallic rattling.
Yeah, and Spike is basically like, if you could imagine a snake that basically cares about nothing almost all of the time. Spike is like my reminder that nothing matters, and it's so happy and relaxing to me.
Just nihilist snake.
Yeah, Spike is like the most nihilist snake. Spike just doesn't care. The only thing Spike cares about, I think, is eating. And I assume that he doesn't have to eat very often. So he's basically fine all the time until he gets hungry.
So while the two of you cozied up, Middleman kind of sidles up to you, like nervously. She says, Rill?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know who has gasoline. I can get it for you. Yes.
Oh, please get it. Can you get a lot? We have to do big things. We have a lot of big things to do. We're going to need a lot of gasoline. Can you get a lot of gasoline?
She nods. She says, he probably won't want to give it to me for free, but I can take it. For you.
Great. That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
It's Squares. He's been driving around here lately. But
Squares,
the trader. But if he can drive, he must have gasoline, right?
He drives all over the place too.
He probably has a lot. I can take it.
I
love that idea. I love that idea. I really like that idea. We should take it, and then we should find out where he gets it from so we can take more of it.
Her eyes widen.
We should burn him.
Yes.
Okay.
Squares thinks things matter, and it's so much more beautiful when they don't.
We can try to show Squares that it doesn't matter. Maybe Squares will want to share the gasoline with us. But if not, we'll take it.
She nods. I know where he's camped. I can take you to him.
Do you want to come, Oler?
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, let's go. This is kind of over anyways. Basically, everything's gone.
Yeah, it's
and I'm out of gasoline. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Okay, so the three of you wander away from this smoldering heap that was once a subdivision. A subdivision that not even the apocalypse was able to destroy, but you took care of that.
We're just
Only
wrapping up the unfinished business of the apocalypse.
It's true.
Fighting it.
Yeah. While we're walking away, I kind of just take Spike and hold Spike above my head and sort of like spin around and look at all the fire that's still kind of dying down and just feel very pleased with myself and pleased with my new friend, Oler, who also loves fire, and pleased with my other new friend who's going to bring us more fire. I'm so happy.
So the three of you wander off to where Middleman knows squares to be camped. But let's cut back to Gramaguchi and Booty. So you guys are trying to figure out if you can make this like piece of a television make music.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly. So I wonder if there's like a savvy head thing, or if there's rules for projects in this game.
Yeah, projects. Yeah, when you go in your workspace and dedicate yourself to making a thing or getting the bottom of some shit, tell the MC, and the MC will tell you, sure, but
right.
Do you think you fall under that?
So while they're burning down the subdivision, you guys want to spend some time in your workshop to figure out if and how you can do this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can make it do that, but you are definitely going to need the queen to help you with it.
Oh shit.
You're going to have to get to the queen. She's in the middle of the city, and the city is not to be fucked with. And it also originally belonged to the screen heads, who you haven't met, but will not be happy that you have their thing. So it would mean exposing yourself and Booty to serious danger. And you're gonna have to take apart your party motorcycle to do it.
Oh man, I love that party motorcycle. Can I just turn on the party motorcycle and have that make music instead? Did I successfully get the part I needed for my party motorcycle to make it work?
Roll hot to retroactively persuade. Roll your seduce or manipulate to see.
Partial success.
Partial success. We're just like full on blades right now. Sorry.
That's 100% fine with me.
We can just flashback. It's fine. But you would have asked and she would have answered. So let's see what happened. 7 and 9. Concrete assurance, corroboration, or evidence first. So the leverage you have is that you can fix the screen situation, but you need a speaker, I think it was, that you wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So she would give you one of those speakers on the condition that you fix the screen problem for her. Yes, that's what happened.
Well, I know I need to fix that screen problem. Have I asked what I need to do to fix that? I don't think so. I just need to reprogram it. I just don't know how yet. So.
The screen problem. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know how to make it make music, but you don't know how to redirect the communication.
Yeah, I think I look to Booty and I'm like, well, I'm really supposed to be doing something else with this, but music I can do. And I go and I flip on the party motorcycle, and it's got disco lights and some pumping bass beats going on. And then I do want to know how to fix this screen thing for the queen, because promised I would.
So, Booty, this music, while nice, is frustratingly not what you want to be hearing. This is not the song you've been looking for.
No.
So you're kind of like, I'm not really feeling this.
Daiji's
Gramaguchi.
like totally rocking out to it, like dubstep dancing. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's see. So to fix this thing the way the queen wants it,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to take days of work, of like very careful, detailed work, rewiring the motherboard.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to need. You're going to need Booty to help you. Booty, as a medic, is very good at small, detailed changes to things. Although she does her medicine with the sledgehammer, she is capable.
As
of
I
doing it.
Sledgehammers can be
as I
accurate.
discovered.
She can be meticulous. She just often chooses not to.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it's not. I think part of it is I need to be manipulated a little bit to perform better than I
Yeah,
choose.
you're gonna have to work with Booty, which
Okay.
might also count as exposing yourself to serious danger. We'll see.
We'll
Um,
see. We'll see.
And
As I drool.
you are going to need. You're gonna have to find a solder machine, like some way to solder things with this motherboard. And if it's not clear by now, I don't know shit about electronics, so I'm just kind of pulling terms out of my ass. Bear with me.
Sure.
I like solder machine.
Yeah,
Good.
solder thing that solders.
Soldering iron.
The
Yes.
solder mobile.
Yes. So that's what you need if you want to do what the queen wants, and you know what you need if you want to do what Booty wants.
Well, the queen is probably not going to help me if I don't help her. So, sorry, Booty. Need your help on this. The first step to doing what you want is doing what the queen wants, because then I can get her on board to help you. It all makes sense in my head. Don't worry about it.
So do you need to be seduced to do this, or would you
I
help?
think so. I mean, I highlighted my
Okay.
sharp, right? Like I've highlighted my sharp, so I know something is up. This is not the Granny Gucci that I.
Are you trying to read her?
Yes, I would like to read her yet again. So hold on while I,
Why don't you just help me out with this, darling?
because I'm a giant raven.
I'm gonna say the next time I call in sick, I was like, I'm kind of a giant raven right now. I can't really like use a keyboard. It's complicated. So
Oh, come on, Trust. You can still hunt and peck with a.
true, it's true. It's true.
Dead.
I'm partially successful.
Yes. So you can ask one of these questions: is your character telling the truth? What's your character really feeling? What does your character intend to do? What does your character wish I'd do? How could I get your character to blank?
I guess it's the how do I get the character to blank? In this case,
How do you get her to make music instead?
Yeah.
Well, as far as I know, the only way to make music instead is to get on the queen's good side. So if not doing what the queen wants is what you want, you'll have to come up with another way to appease the queen.
Interesting. Can I talk to the queen?
If you go to the Concord Hall, sure.
Damn, but the Concord Hall's in the city.
It sure
Yup.
is.
Well, it
Big problem there.
seems like this is a. All right. I feel like it does make sense for me to help you out, Granny. I feel weird. I don't know what it is. I'm getting a weird vibe, but I want to trust you.
You should trust me, darling. I would never do anything to hurt you. Now,
Hey.
I want your help here.
So what do you want to do? We need to go to the city. To that we need to get in touch with Squares.
Well, for this project, we don't necessarily. We should definitely talk to Squares, though. He probably has a soldering iron.
And likely more gas and access to materials. If we're going to get into the city, that's not going to be an easy task. Do we have other people that can help us out?
Well, I suppose we can always ask Ola. I have no idea what happened to all of the Fast and the Furious. I haven't seen them for, well, hardly any of them at all over the last week, although...
Have I ever met
Really?
Ola?
Anyone?
Yeah, he was in, or they were in the cult.
Yeah, you met Ola.
Yeah, Oler is part of the, or was part of the Fast and Furious, or that's Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I was a party goer.
He's a party goer.
Cool. All right.
Oler
let's talk to
ate
Ola.
one of them.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
That
what better way
also
to be part of
happens.
a group of people than to eat one of their number?
That's true. I guess I did have a case where somebody ate another person.
mhm.
Somebody reported that to me. I chose not to get involved as a medic.
I mean, they were already dead. What were you gonna do?
I don't know. I could have cut
That
them open.
reminds me, though. I just remembered that I'm still hurt from before.
Yeah, a
Ooh.
lot of people have
Um,
harm.
Ooh, I can do stuff about that.
So the harm that happened before the city, before the time skip rather, what is the threshold for things to heal on their own? It's like 3,
If
Right.
it's 6 or less.
6 or less.
Oh.
Okay, I had 6.
Yes, if you're at 6 o'clock, it'll heal over time. Once you get to 9, it doesn't get any worse, but it doesn't get any better on its own. And then past that, it gets worse if left unattended.
Okay, so I've healed. How much would I heal? Just one tick.
One tick.
Yeah.
And I guess the same would be true for me, Nadja.
Yes.
Okay,
You have fresh harm, but your old harm,
Yeah.
you have 1
I
tick
would
less.
lose one of my old harm. Great.
Real,
What
you
is
were all
happening with-
fucked up.
I am just what's happening with me.
How
Last
much
time
harm are you at?
I had 10.
Whoa.
Oh.
But we did
half died.
we did decide that your life became untenable. We just didn't realize how literal it was at the time.
Right.
So you've basically already died.
Yeah.
So does that mean that Real comes back with 0 harm? Is that how
I
that
think you
works?
come back with 0 harm.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So when you change to a Skinner, you're a
Here.
new person in many ways.
Okay. Great. Fantastic. I'm at 0 then. Wonderful.
All of the mechanics are now in congruence with each other. It turns out that you did actually like hit the death threshold. We just didn't realize it. Booty, you don't have any harm, right?
No, I have no harm.
Okay.
If you want to do something about this, these aches and pains I'm still feeling after our little trip to the city, I would not say no to some of your candy, Booty.
I would do anything for you, Granny Gucci. And so I like reach in and take out my bag of gummy worms. Do I have to roll or anything for healing, or do I just get to...
Let's see. To
Yeah.
use it to speed the recovery of someone at 3 or 6, don't roll. They choose. You spend 1 stock, and they spend 4 days for 3 o'clock, or 1 week for 6. Blissed out on, in this case, gummy worms. Or else, they do their time in agony like everyone else. So you can eat the gummy worms, but it'll cost Booty 1 stock of her angel kit, and you'll be laid out for 4 days.
Oh my god.
Or you could
Takes
just
a while
like
to-
walk it off.
I guess I'm gonna walk it off then, because I don't want to be completely useless for the next 4 days if we're trying to do this thing.
Okay. So you don't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I appreciate the offer, darling, but the last time I had just one of these gummy worms, I was flat on my back for a week.
Yeah, they're pretty strong now. But they seem to make everybody else so happy. So I don't
I'm
know.
too old to be happy. Well, except with you, darling.
I'm blushing. I like ruffle up my dino onesie. I'm kind of like putty in Granny Gucci's hands a little bit. I feel like I'm trying to maintain this like sense of objectivity, but it's definitely waning in the face of my relationship with Granny.
So we need to go
To the city.
You need to talk to
Oh
Squares.
no, we need to
for a
find
soldering
Square.
iron.
We need to go see Square.
Yes.
That's what we need to do. So we're gonna go look for Square, and I
Cool.
think that everybody else was looking for Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's trying to find Squares. So Squares is parked north of what used to be the site formerly known as the subdivision. And he's in his like gross, ruined ice cream truck, just kind of listening. He only has the one song, The Entertainer, in a minor key, and he's just kind of listening to that.
Ugh.
And it's like really like it's an awful sound, but also like you rarely hear music anywhere. So he's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think when Grandma Gucci, when you and Booty arrive, something is going on with Real, Oler, and Middleman. What are you guys doing? I see them doing something with Squares. I don't know if it's still peaceful or violent.
I mean, how far has the conversation gone?
So you've asked him for.
I mean, I would imagine that if Middleman said that she would get the gas, I would just kind of go up and be like, like, okay, go get my gas now.
And she would have nodded, and she's probably standing at the window of the ice cream truck, like earnestly arguing with Squares.
And then I guess I'm just standing behind them, kind of talking to Oler, being like, how much gasoline do you think we're gonna get?
I don't know. What's a lot of gasoline?
I mean, I guess any amount of gasoline is a good amount of gasoline because it will allow us to light things on fire. And once you have gasoline, you can find other stuff that's really flammable, that's not gasoline, that will help you light other things on fire beyond the thing that you lit on fire in the first place. So any amount of gasoline is really good. But I guess if we get more than we can carry, we're gonna have to figure out a way to get the gasoline to the other places where we need to burn things down. We should think about that. We should think about ways to carry more gasoline. We're never gonna really be able to do the big things if we don't allow ourselves to carry more gasoline. Right?
Oh, hello, Rill. It's so good to see you. I was so worried when you were injured before and you wouldn't let me take you to Booty.
Do I remember what happened to me?
You remember everything up until Center picked you up and carried you somewhere. So yes, you remember the cats and Grandma Gucci's like shitty car and all of that.
Grandma Gucci, you don't have your cat, do you?
I like look around, not sure if any of the cats followed me because I don't really care.
No, not right now. The toaster cat was avoiding the shit out of Booty in your workshop. It seems to have fucked off for now.
Part of me doesn't ever want to see a cat again. Part of me wants to find that specific cat and burn it. So I'm pretty relieved that the cat is not there.
No, I'm afraid there's none of my little darlings are with me right now. Well, except for Booty, but
Hey, Booty.
Yeah, I have fucking left this conversation. I'm out of here.
What are you guys doing here? We're here to get gasoline to light things on fire.
Oh yes, I was going to talk to Squares. I have a project as well, and I need something, and I thought he might have it. So I didn't want to interrupt, but he and Middleman seem to be having quite an animated discussion there.
Yeah, it's taken a really long time, isn't it?
And like in the distance, you hear Square shouting, "I can't give you all of my goddamn gasoline. How am I gonna get out of here?"
All right, I'll go have a talk with them.
Yeah, I'll come with you. It's really important that I get the gift that I was promised.
Oh, all right then.
Let's go.
Come along, dear.
So we just walk over to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I would just walk up and be like, Middleman,
She looks
Where's the
over at
gas?
you. He's not being reasonable. I think it's time for, she gives him a pointed look, I think it's time for me to stop being reasonable. And Square scoffs and he's like, do your worst.
Now, I need to talk to Squares. If you're not going to make a deal, please step aside. It's only polite.
And she sneers at you. Shut up, Granny. This is important.
Whoa. Nobody talks to Granny that way.
It's kind of important, though. We've been waiting.
Well, listen, you and I have done business for a long time. Since when have I ever let you down? Let Granny Gucci have some degree.
Middleman.
Worms.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, that's fine.
You like dangle them.
I'm
Do you
into
just
this.
go with that, or do you need a roll?
I lean over to Middleman and I'm like, is this going to result in death or Square's inability to make a deal with Gucci?
Probably.
Yeah, probably fair if we let them go first then. Can't make a deal with a dead man, huh? I'm going to have some gummies.
But we won't need to make a deal. Just take his whole car.
That will make him sad, though, and I'm trying to make everyone happy. Maybe if they talk, he'll be in a better mood. Or while they're talking, we can just take what we need. Let's do some drugs and let them chat and then go from there.
She's like very confused. And she's like, so, okay.
And then I'm
I'll follow
like,
your
actually,
lead.
you know what? Yeah. I'm going to go take the gummies. Why don't you see if you can just steal some gasoline while they're talking?
Okay.
Cool.
I'll try my best.
Right. Yes. Love the enthusiasm. We need that gasoline. And you promised it to me, so you really need to get it to me. Okay.
She nods.
I'll talk to you soon. And then I turn back to Booty and I'm like, all right. And I'm like, Gucci, you're up. Booty, gummy.
Okay. Here's five.
Thanks, Rel, and thank you, Booty.
Of course, my love.
Yeah, there's like the little butt pat, and we head over and talk to Squares. Hello, Squares. Now I need. Well, you know me. I'm always in the lookout for new tools, and specifically, I could really use like a soldering iron or something that I can heat up metal very precisionally. You know.
Soldering iron. Yeah, I can rummage around and see what I got. What do you got for me?
Well, I can always get you trade. Be more than happy to fix up this rust bucket you'll drive around town.
It's working fine right now as long as what's her face over there doesn't take all my goddamn gas.
Don't think there's anything I could help you with on that score.
And he kind of shrugs. He's like, well, this ain't no free lunch. What do you
Maybe
got?
we should. I want to try and read him.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. Yes. God damn.
One question.
Well, the obvious one, which is like, how do I get this person to help us out?
Squares will lean in. They'll say, I need a job done.
What kind of job?
I got an issue with the supplier up the chain. And I need a little bit more muscle to go back and deal with them. Now, I know you two lovely ladies may not be the first to fight, but 3 is stronger than 1. I'll give you your soldering iron, but you gotta back me up against this guy.
Who is this guy?
He gives you a look. Well, I'm not telling you unless you agree.
Well, we can't make a deal like that. We still need the gasoline, or Real Bear's gonna take it all anyway.
How far away am I? Where am I at?
You're high on gummy worms, I'm pretty sure.
Am I still able to follow the conversation?
Yeah, you're not like wrecked, but
I realize that I have the power of hypnosis.
You do.
And I'm like, before you make that deal, why don't we just say you give all of us everything that we want? And he'll roll hypnotic.
Well, let's see. Hypnotic. You need time or solitude?
Oh
and
shit, I have to get him by
solitude.
himself.
Yeah. You can't just walk down the street and demand everybody's
Why?
shit.
Why? I wonder if I can get him to. Guys, can I have a few minutes alone with Mr. Squares, please?
Seems fair.
All right then.
Great.
Kind of gives you a wary look.
Will Squares take a walk with me?
You'll have to convince him to leave his car. Actually, there's no way he would leave his truck.
Then I'll just how much time do I need, or like how much solitude do I need with this person or any person?
There's not really like a minute limit, but like significant, like fictionally significant.
Mm-hmm. How many things do you have inside of your car?
Arches an eyebrow. Why do you need to know?
I don't need to know. I'm just curious if you could tell me what the name of every single one of those things is while we hang out here for a minute by ourselves.
He kind of squints at you and he's like, I have things to do. You guys have wasted enough of my time already.
You're so annoying.
I can
And then
say
I just turn around and I'm like, well, I did my best. You guys can keep trying. Where's Middleman, by the way?
Yeah.
Middleman is sneaking around the back of the car.
Because I'm also trying to buy time before he goes anywhere near the back of the car.
Yeah, you see her like looking at the padlock that keeps the back of the truck closed, and she's like fiddling with it.
Okay, so I guess I see this when I turn around. I'm like, well, and I'm like, we need more time. And I turn back around. I'm like, you may not be able to name everything in your car, but let me tell you what used to be in the place where
for fuck's sake.
I burned down a whole neighborhood today. Do you like to set things on fire?
So it sounds like you are ironically acting under fire. The fire being he gets sick of your shit and drives away.
No!
So act under fire to keep his attention.
Oh, God.
Succeeds partially.
Okay.
On a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall. Worst outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You can keep him from driving away, but it'll be because he's dealing with Middleman trying to break into his car.
Ah, fuck.
Otherwise, he's just out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you're like.
Can we like go with? Cause
go with where?
With Squares. Gucci wants to help him.
Well, he's not going anywhere immediately.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're like yawning on about like the subdivision just burned down, and Squares like turns his head slightly, and like you can hear like the muffled rattling of the chain in the back of the truck. He's like, "I fucking damn it!" And he reaches like down and pulls up a shotgun and moves to the back of the truck to presumably shoot Middleman in the face.
When he does that, I'm just like, yeah, that seems really fair. I have nothing to do with her.
Brilliant.
Whatever makes you happy, Mr. Squares.
So yeah, if nobody gets in his way, he'll open the back of the truck and just end Middleman.
Goes for the shot. At least he's opening the truck.
Ripperonis. Yeah, she just eats a face full of shotgun pellets.
Ooh.
And like her body flies back. And like her one arm like spreads out. And she's just kind of dead AF.
Man, you think you have a good friend and then they get blown away before they even make good on their promise of giving you a gift.
And you see like when he goes out to deal with whatever she did to his padlock, You can see like a big oil drum in the truck.
Ooh.
So while all this has been going on,
Yes.
Oler has surreptitiously made their way to Gramaguchi. Were you in your car, Gramaguchi? You just
No,
walked.
I don't think so. I think we just walked. Probably.
Okay, change of plan then. You just see Oler like dragging Middleman's body away almost immediately. Like I just grabbed her feet. I'm just like I was lurking near the back of the truck somewhere, and I just like come out, grab both of her legs, and then just drag her off towards the junkyard.
As you drag her off, I remember that you ate the last person that we dealt with, and I'm like, let me know if you want it cooked.
Grim.
Basically joking, but kind of not.
So yeah,
Perfect.
Squares is dealing with the security on the back of his truck for a little bit. Would any of the three of you like to do anything?
I'm gonna offer my services to fix that up for him. Squares, I'm sorry that it came to this. Do you need someone to upgrade your security here?
And he kind of stops what he's doing and looks over his shoulder and he's like, huh, I guess things worked out in your favor after all. I hope you didn't set her up to that.
I would never do such a thing, but I'm not going to stop you from protecting your own.
And he grumbles under his breath and he's like, yeah, I'll trade you your fucking soldering iron if you can fix this.
Of course, I'll be right on it. I'm gonna fix up his stuff.
I don't think it's that complicated since it's just a padlock and chain.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll take like some of the bits and bobs you keep as barter to fix it up. So 1 barter.
Sure.
Is Square standing right next to her while she does this?
He's like monitoring very closely with a shotgun like tucked in the crook of his arm.
Arr.
Actually, he's like reloading it, keeping an eye on Gramaguchi.
She don't give a fuck. She fixes it up right nice. There you go, better than new.
He like tugs on the chain and nods in satisfaction. He's like, all right, let me get that soldering iron for you.
You've always been a spare man, Squares.
Yeah. He climbs back in the back of the truck and like slams the door shut and does whatever with his security to lock it all up tight. Then he reappears at the window of the ice cream truck and it's like, well, come here. And he slams down a soldering iron and it's like, there you go. Now,
Thank you, dear.
if you all
I
are
appreciate this.
done, I've had enough of this shit. I have a supplier to deal with.
No, yes. I mean, good luck with that.
Do you have any gasoline left?
No, I mean, he's got an oil drum of it in his car, but
I'm assuming I don't have any though.
no.
Okay. Oh man. There's nothing to do.
There's always something to do.
Let's see.
It's hard when you have nothing to offer someone and you want some of their stuff. It's just very difficult.
Yeah, it is hard. What do you do? What do you do?
I mean, if you're booty, you try to sleep with them.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh.
I mean, that worked out pretty well. Could have offered that to Squares.
Sure
Who even knows?
Let's see. Skinner. You have Artful and Gracious, Hypnotic, right? Those are your 2.
Yeah, but I'm not alone with him.
Yeah.
And I can't perform my art if I have no fire.
Well, you don't have any gasoline.
I don't have any gasoline.
You could
Do I-
conceivably just have matches or a
Do I?
lighter.
Yeah. Can I have any of those?
Um,
I would definitely have something like that. Like sterilizing.
yeah,
Matches.
Booty actually would have like cauterizing equipment at the very least. So you just have to get it from her.
All right. So I'll just walk over to her and be like, "Hey, do you have any matches? Do you have anything I can use?
uh,
Just one."
yes. Well, I'm giving you so much today, though, Real. Come on. What are you going to do for me?
What do you want?
I had this like really weird vision. Can you help me understand my vision?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Probably. Sure.
Of course,
Cool.
don't worry about it.
I don't know, like maybe the fire can tell you. I don't know. But like, so I saw this vision and I don't really remember the first part, but I remember it was really gross. But then what ended up happening was there was this like really, really beautiful woman and she was singing the most amazing song. And I'm trying to figure out what it means. What do you think it means?
You can open your brain
Yeah.
if you would like to ask
I'm
such a
gonna-
question.
I can open my brain to answer her, right? You're saying?
So as she's talking, you remember this beautiful music that you heard when you were in the Concord Hall, pretty out of it, and you remember this woman in a ball gown on a stage, and she's just belting forth the most beautiful sound you've ever heard. It's the music that you dance to when you fire dance, although no one else can hear it.
Oh. So I don't know what I'm assuming she's just describing the same thing as what I hear, because when someone just says singing, I just assume that's the sound. To me, singing just means that sound specifically. So I guess I would just say, oh yeah, no, that's the lady. That's the lady in the hall.
In the Concord Hall.
Yeah, that's the lady. She's the singing lady. She's the lady who sings in the hall. She has the prettiest dress. She's the prettiest dress. I love it. And I also want to burn it. I love that lady.
I wonder if I can help you with that. Okay, thank you for helping me. Okay, yes, you can have one of my matches.
Yes, thank you. So I take her match and I look around. And I'm trying to figure out, is there anything around me besides, like, what is the place that we're in? Is it all dirt and just this fucking ice cream truck?
Yeah, it's kind of a clearing. It's been blasted out. There might be some remnants of edifices, structures that were there. What would you like to be able to find? Let's start.
If there's nothing around me, that's okay, because when I build Spike's rattles, I fill them with firecrackers for just such cases as these. So I grab Spike's tail and I open it up and I light the match and I drop it into the rattle and I start swinging Spike around and doing this dance. And the firecrackers start going off and exploding up into the air, kind of close to people's faces, but far enough away to where they're not getting hurt. And I do that until the firecrackers kind of run out, which won't be super long. So it would kind of be like running a circle like around everyone and releasing all the firecrackers and making sure that Square can see me.
So at first Squares is like, what the fuck was that noise? But then he sees you doing it. Roll me your artful and gracious.
Okay. I hope this looks good. No.
We'll deal with what that means for all of you. But first, let's see what Oler is doing with Middleman's body. I think I have an idea.
I'm taking it down into the Into my way into a terrifying place of death where countless skeletons lie. So yeah, I drag it back to the junkyard, and then like through my little winding path through the junkyard and like under that one pile where I can get into my little den. And it like probably barely fits because it's an adult-sized body.
Yeah.
Although I imagined her as being fairly like emaciated from
Yeah,
starvation.
she's not a huge person.
Yeah. And then I have this like hole in the ground almost that leads into this, place full of dead things. And I have to like get her down into there with me.
So you get her down into this hole, and as per usual, there's skeletons everywhere. It's really humid down there and like kind of musty.
Mm.
But you get her down there, and there's like a rattling sound as you drag her over the bones that are strewn all over everything. Um, and you hear the clattering acquire a bit of a pattern, and you hear like the rattle of bones approaching you from behind you. But when you turn, there's a woman standing there, and she's got on like a suit and is wearing heels, and her hair is pulled up, and she looks at you and looks at Middleman's body, and she says, "Oh, start at least. This we can work with."
And yeah, there's like the wet, like flump sound of me dropping her to the ground. Whatever part of her I was like holding up to drag. It's like, I mean, I'm not big. I can't carry more than one.
She sighs. That's fair, I suppose. But this'll be a good start for us. Once we get this one completed, you'll have some help in your mission. Never fear. Just leave it. We'll deal with it.
What do you do to them?
She looks at you for a long time. Like an awkwardly long time. She says, We utilize them.
I don't know that word.
It means to make something useful. We'll do things to it so that it can do things for us. Don't worry about the process.
Yeah, and like Oler is not excited about this. It sounds like something Granny would say.
Granny
Why
is a
you just
wise
tell me?
woman.
Yeah, whatever. I'm helping you. You tell me what you're doing.
Give me a seduce or manipulate.
I'm so good at that. I get a 1 on 2 dice.
I
Second
don't
time
see
I'm
it.
rolling dice tonight. Well, I
Is it
rolled.
laggy? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. And she opens.
Wow, that roll though.
Yeah, she opens her mouth to respond, and her lips stretch a little too wide and peel back from her teeth and her skull.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes this hissing noise, and she shakes her head, and her face goes back to normal, and she says, "You don't need to know. Do what we want, and do it promptly. I won't tell you again."
Yeah, I'm like already running out of this place. She's like saying half of that to my back, and there's like
Yeah.
the sound of me running through the bones.
Like from where I am, do I sense anything like that massive force as a? As
No,
a wolf?
you're much too far away. And also, you have a problem because Squares was at first scared of this noise that Rill was making with their firecrackers. Then he was like kind of into it. Then one of them shot over his shoulder and
Oh shit.
punctured that oil drum.
Oh shit!
So you're all, when we come back, you're all lying on your backs, and because you've been blown back by this fireball. Yeah. You all might be a little stunned. You all take one. I don't think any of you were close enough to take like very severe harm for it. But you all take one harm.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
And I need all three of you
Ouch.
to roll the harm move +1 for me. Oh, and Oler, you should have rolled it when you took that side harm. I forgot.
Whoops.
Yeah, I know. I'll deal with it later. I'll remember later, rather.
Rill's the kind
Oh,
of person that smokes in a
shoot.
gas station.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
So I roll 2d6. What do I roll?
2d6 +1, and you want to get low. Don't be Gramaguchi.
Fuck. Oh.
Pretty good.
Yes,
wasn't a
2d6
roll.
+1 is what you're rolling. And you're muted.
Yeah,
this
you're
whole
muted.
time.
You got closer.
I'm sorry.
/roll.
Thank
2d6
you.
+1.
Thank you. I always forget.
I do that too.
There we go.
Okay. Wow, we got
Sorry.
the range of possible results.
Mm.
All right. Okay, so Rill, you take one harm. You are singed, you've got some burns, but you're used to it now. You're like, oh, well, that happened again. Booty, you are blown back and you hear a cracking noise and like feel a wetness at your side as one of the vials of medicine that you had is destroyed in this business. You lose one stock of your angel kit.
Son of a.
Oops.
Darn it. Okay.
Oops.
Gramaguchi, you were the closest to the explosion. And it's
Yeah.
worse than it seems. You take 2 harm.
Oh no. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You're not.
Ow. I'm at
But I'm
9
not that
now.
sorry because it looked awesome. I think.
Yeah, like Gramaguchi is like singed and burned and like not looking good, and she like looks over to Booty and is like, yeah, maybe I could have one of those gummies now.
I'm in a bit of a pickle because that's my last one. That's it. That's all I got. That's it. It's the last one.
Wait, your last one was just destroyed?
No, I
Or
only
you're
have
down
one
to
left.
one?
I am down to one.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know.
I imagine Rill's just laying on her back, cackling at the sky.
Just like.
I mean, do I need to seduce you to get you to spend your last stock on your dear
I mean, the problem is like, where are we gonna get more stock?
Squares is the
mean-
only person who could really get you sorted out, and you just blew up
Squares?
his truck.
Yeah.
Is it all blown up really though?
It's like blowed up AF. In this context, AF means as foretold.
Is there a possibility we could find more stock in what's left of the smoking wreckage?
Perhaps. You also know that Squares had a supplier that he had a bit of a tiff with.
That's true. We can always go to find out. I mean, how's Squares doing?
You can go look.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll go look. Like Gucci stands up and she makes her plea to Booty, but she's like looking around and trying to figure out exactly what happened and what's left of that wreck and where Squares is at. Can I don't know if I need to read a situation here or no.
Yes, because reasons that you may or may not find out about.
Okay, let's read.
Partial. I believe that's.
It rolled it twice actually. It
Oh,
should be
success.
a
So you
14.
get 3.
Ah. Not that I care or anything, but I don't know why it rolled twice. I thought I only clicked one time. Anyway, 3 questions. Question numero uno. Where are my questions? There we go. What should I be on the lookout for?
Squares.
Where is he? I'm looking for him right now. What is my enemy's true position?
Inside the ice cream truck.
Uh-huh. Which enemy is the biggest threat?
The screen heads. And what I mean by that is when you go to the truck to look for squares, you see that he was blown forward into the counter of the window, and it looks like his spine is broken. So there's like a really awkward angle that his body is bent at, and his face was slammed into the counter, and his eyes are open and his mouth is open. And as you get close enough, you can hear it over the crackling of the fire, but his mouth is just emitting this constant static noise. Time to take our second break.
I have fucked up so many things.
You're the best. You're the best.
Not sorry.
But yeah, we're going to take our second break.
Wow.
We will maybe find out why Squares is making static noises in death. Is Squares even dead? Who knows?
What even is Squares? Are any of us even real?
The eternal questions of Apocalypse World. But yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Hang tight. Thanks for stopping by.